say that it's lovely to discover a game often end up being the same people annoyed that other people then go and discover the game. Because what it tends to mean for them is they have to wait while someone else discovers. That is the main reason you have little sympathy for people who blitz MMOs to the end, then turn around and complain there's nothing else to do. You can only experience new the first time. That's true. Ultimately, you will never make the MMORPG community happy. If you play a game exploring it, you'll get some people that say, oh my god, I'm so glad you're exploring it, while other people go, I can't believe that you're wasting time not doing the meta build. And if you play a game following the meta, you'll get some people say you're ruining it for yourself, and other people say, fantastic, this is the way the true game starts at the end game. You will never make the community happy. Yeah, I suppose that's a good way of putting it. It's not necessarily about the game itself, it's about the attitude people approach the game with. Just play whatever way gives you the most personal fun. It's a hobby. Hobbies are meant to be fun. Yep. That's why I'm not using action bars. Don't need to. If you don't have the gold for a mount by 40, don't issue being given the gold. I was gifted the gold donated by a friend, so it's a valid, authentic WoW experience. Yeah, that was your experience. Cool. It's not my experience. The authentic WoW experience is the way that I want to experience it. That's what it's going to be. And the way I want to experience it is this way. How much gold do I have? 16. The authentic experience is doing whatever the hell you want without someone telling you how to do it. You don't get why so many people want me to be super efficient. Where's the journey and the adventure is fun? Because, Hentai Watcher, great name, people don't want me to make the same mistakes they made when they were playing. Because they don't realize that it is the making of the mistakes which actually lead to interesting and fun memories. People think that by preventing me from doing anything wrong, then they are saving me time and helping me have a better experience. Despite the fact, well, there you are, Killy. Or Kiri. Despite the fact that it is the going wrong that matters. It is the mistakes that you want someone to experience. What made you decide on using Questy? I like having a rough idea of where to go without being told exactly what to do. Me too. I raced away in StarCraft. I preferred the Terran or the Protoss. Was not a fan of the Zerg. It's frustrating, but the comments are coming from a desire to save you the frustration they felt while playing. Joe, why do you think people are so bothered about making sure I don't have the experience they had while playing and instead have a better one? It's not going to be a better one, it's going to be a different one. Maybe I'm frustrated that nobody in the chat was also having their experience with 1,500 people watching. But I'm not saying that their experience is lesser than mine. I'm not saying they have to, alleviate the frustration they had at not having dungeon groups by just, becoming a streamer and getting groups formed around you. People want to make sure they are offering advice, but their advice is often formed through the process of making me change my gameplay. Sometimes it's nice to have no idea what I'm doing, and while I get that advice and teaching comes from the best possible place, people wanting me to have a good time, it's also reducing the game down to a mechanically correct series of choices. I don't want to have a mechanically correct series of choices. I want to go on an adventure in a big digital world that I don't know with people that I'm slowly meeting. Yeah, I don't want to think, oh guys, you've already had all the mistakes, so don't worry, you can optimize it. As impressive as I am that you've built an elevator to take me all the way to the top of Mount Everest, climbing it was kind of the point.
Yeah, climbing it was the point. I like what he's saying.
It's very difficult to watch someone experience something in a different way that they did.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for this is that those people love that thing. And they want me to love that thing. Mm-hmm. And if they see me doing something that they think will result in me not loving that
pack
thing,
mentality.
They want to help. They want to stop. They want to... You know what, Atros, at the end of the day, people want to feel involved in your journey. Maybe the way you respond to these things is kind of the issue. You know what, Atros, it absolutely is. Or Atros, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It absolutely is. But at what point is it no longer my journey? They want to feel a certain way, appreciate their input, don't criticize it. Atros, unrequested feedback is criticism. By being told that I need to do this, or should do this, or should do that, or should do that, it is constant criticism of the way that I am journeying, instead of people just saying, do whatever you want. People want to feel that I'm loving their journey the same way that I loved it. Advice is fine. I agree with you. I just mean I think they feel encouraged by your response to continue. I am trying, or at least hoping, to cultivate a group of people who would rather go on the adventure and let me make mistakes and let me fail. I didn't know you didn't want to auction house. I felt like I did something wrong as asking why no hardcore. The problem is, Gotswold, every single time I try and do anything that can be in any way shortcutted, the vast majority of people do ask, why aren't you shortcutting this? Why are you engaging with the game in this way when you could engage with it in that way? Why are you not doing this efficient thing when you could be doing this efficient thing? Why are you not playing hardcore when you could be playing hardcore? People find it very difficult to accept that I'm just doing this.
Yeah, just
I'm going to fly to Ratchet, take the boat to Booty Bay, then fly from Booty Bay to the refuge point, then meet up with the thingy. Yeah, just why you can't long cut it. You can shortcut anything you want as long as it's not live wires. That's true. The problem is that even if I explain this to everyone now, and every single person in this chat completely understands and completely agrees, within half an hour, new people will join that will ask the same question again. To loop back to what I was saying earlier, people want me to love this game the same way that they love that game. And if they see me doing something else, or they see me struggling, or they see me coming up against hardship, they want to alleviate that struggle and that hardship so I can get back to the part that they love. Without understanding that the overcoming of that hardship, the achievement of the adventure, the feeling of pride of actually, pushing through something difficult, is going to give me a closer connection to this game than shortcutting things ever would. I won't care what Stranglethorn Vale is or what the life route means if I don't have to go and get it. If I go and get it, I will understand the world.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Buy it.
I'm struggling with this thing where I used to think I could skip through games if I was super good at them. Yeah, just a tiger, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know, like 150, I think. And I forgot to bring meds, so I'm just making bandages, sorry. I'm a bit drunk, I'm just out here passing through, you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, yeah, I appreciate that.
You're good.
Yeah, I got like over 50 of those, so.
I didn't mean to invade on your base, I was just passing through, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
No, you're good, we don't care.
Word.
You're free to stop by anytime you want.
Hells yeah. I don't know where this tiger went. Yeah, he's here somewhere, but I don't know. I'm just going to move on now. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the syringes. Yeah. Oh, what's your name? Let's see. Midnight Dusk. Who's the other guy? What's his name? What's up? I'm Skycat. Sly Wolfblood. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys, huh? Good hunting, huh?
See you. Good luck.
Yeah.
At the auction house, I simply understand that money alleviates all the problems. The people that complain that MMORPGs have become less social also seem to be the people encouraging you to do the least social thing. Your favourite thing about these discussions is that you need to play like this has been the same people telling us how to play since 2004. Yeah, pretty much. If you're going to complain that MMORPGs aren't social and then your solution to things is don't do it the social way, you kind of only have yourself to blame at that point. As soon as you started being efficient in video games, your enjoyment went... As soon as you started being efficient, went to the roof. Do you mean you enjoyed it more? Because that's fine. Oh, I see, less. Gotcha. Started being less efficient. You'll hear so much about rushing to 70. Yeah, I will. Yeah, like...
Hells yeah, you got him, huh?
Game and people tell you how to solve the puzzle. In fact, that has happened. One of my favourite YouTube channels, a channel called Cracking the Cryptic, where they do Sudoku puzzles on YouTube. They had a live Twitch playthrough of the Blueprints puzzle game, and everyone in the viewer base just kept telling them how to solve the puzzles. And they were like, look, we want to play the game, but we can't do this if you guys are going to be constantly telling us what to do. Have any of you guys ever min-maxed a game or learnt something about it, such as an information hazard, and once you've done that you actually regretted it? Have any of you ever struggled to go back and play a game for fun again because you instantly fall into the same way of doing things? You min-maxed and burnt yourself out. Some of you did, some of you don't. Didn't help, yeah. Bethesda. You're a stealth archer. You play Skyrim, you're a stealth archer straight away. It's what you have to be. You learned something in Roller Coaster Tycoon that ruined the game. Did you watch that dude's videos on Roller Coaster Tycoon? What was the guy that always makes them? He makes some great videos about the amount of money that you can make and stuff. The fact that if you just put a no entry sign facing into the park on the entrance, people can never leave. Marcel Voss, that was the one. Voss makes fantastic videos on Roller Coaster Tycoon. Information hazard, man. Once you learn that, you can never go back. Since you went so far with Metastrife, how's my impression of metagaming in the warrior class overall? I don't know. I have a big flaming axe. It's cool. I mean, we could travel there, but let's just run through. Let's do this. I think I've worked out why sometimes these conversations get to me. Imagine that you are having a conversation with a child, and they ask lots of questions, and you explain why, and you answer all their questions. And then that child understands. And then another child comes in and asks the same questions. Now, in your mind, you've already had that conversation, but the new child, hasn't. They haven't asked those questions yet. They are new questions to them. So, you answer the questions again, because you know it's okay. This child hasn't asked yet. After answering them the second time, a third child enters. And then they ask the same questions again, and you're thinking, this is the third time I'm going to have had this conversation. However, it's the first time that this new child has had the conversation. And you end up in a situation where you answer again and again and again and again and again, and you've had the conversation 100 times, but every person, when they come in and they ask the question, it's the first time they've ever asked it, and it's the first time they've had the conversation. So sometimes I have to occasionally remember when someone asks the question, why aren't you playing hardcore? Why aren't you just buying it on the auction house? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? In their mind, that is the first time anyone has ever asked that question. Or it's the first time I've had the conversation with them about the question they genuinely have. So even though it's irritating for me to answer it again and again and again, is doing the same thing over and over again part of your brand? No, Matt, that's just part of Twitch. Because I'm just answering the questions that people ask again and again and again. Maybe you could have some chat commands for common questions. Potentially. But we do talk a lot in this. Someone else also said up there, protecting your peace is more important than placating chat. While that is true, entertaining and engaging with chat is kind of the focus of what we're doing here. Josh, am I big into reading, and what is my favourite selected works? I really enjoy the instruction manual to the old PlayStation 1 game Death Trap Dungeon. I think that's got some real value to it that more people should experience.
I've tried at least 22 drugs that I can remember, and I'm about to rank them by how much they ruin my life. You know, with all these types of drugs, you don't really know about the side effects of a lot of them until you do it. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Number one, the least harmful drug I've done would probably be shrooms.
Shrooms? Fucking shrooms? What about marijuana, you fucking idiot? I don't know. That is a drug. It was a class C felony for a while there.
Obviously, some really bad stuff can happen. But shrooms for me was just kind of fun. You know, it's just something you do sometimes. Not like you need to do it all the time. First time I touched
480
tripped the fuck
leather.
out. I felt like
480 leather.
close eyes hallucinations.
Make yourself some
Did
clothes.
they ruin my life? No. Would I do them
Thank
today?
you!
Probably
Thank
not.
you!
But out of all the drugs,
Yes.
I feel like they're the least
You're welcome.
The next least harmful drug is weed.
Methamphetamine. No! What are you talking about? Shrooms are way more harmful than weed.
Low shrooms because I do have kind of a mental addiction to weed. Obviously, we don't get dope sick or anything like that. No physical withdrawals, but it's hard to stop weed once you start. And I've been doing it for as long as I have. And the first time I smoked weed, I was 13 years old, you know, and ever since then I kind of just fell in love with it. And for a long time I was telling myself, you know, the weed helps me. I need it to stay clean. I need weed. And honestly, it's not like that. You can do anything off of weed that you can do on weed. Don't get stuck in any substance, you know. Don't get stuck in the
Is your name Lucille?
trap. Weed is okay to use. But
Is your name Lucille? It might be. Did your mom name you Lucille?
in moderation, like anything else, you know.
Like Lucille?
If you're addicted to getting high, that's a problem.
Sorry.
Any kind of high.
You know, what's it called?
Next, we have salvia. The first time I did salvia, I was probably 14. 14 or
I went the
16,
wrong way.
I don't remember exactly which. But salvia, I put it so low because I only ever did it once. That shit is not fun. You are completely out of your head. You know, you're transported to a different world. I remember waking up. We don't pass out, but I remember coming down and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Where am I? You know, I would never do salvia again. And honestly, if you haven't do it, probably just don't do it. It's not fun. You know, there's a reason it's the only psychedelic I've ever done once.
Nice boat.
And it's just really, it really fucks with your brain, especially if you had something going on already. It really cannot be good. I mean, I can only imagine what it did to my 14-year-old brain, fucking smoking salvia and getting tripped out. And next we have spice. Spice is pretty bad. You know, it's pretty fucking dangerous and it can kill people. And it does fuck with a lot of people, but it just wasn't fun for me, so I only did it once. So it didn't really ruin my life. You know, it was probably a stepping stone, but
Probably a
in
stepping
Washington,
stone,
weed
but
was always readily available, even as a kid. So I kind of just did spice out of curiosity because it was offered. It wasn't fun. I wouldn't do it again. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Fuck spice. You know, if you're gonna smoke something like that, just smoke weed. Next, we have 2CB. 2CB is an analog of acid that is very mellow. You know, 2,5-I goes along with that. I consider 2,5-I being like on acid mixed with meth, and I consider 2CB being like on acid mixed with Xanax. It's just super mellow.
This fucking
and calm,
idiot.
You know, you get the visuals, but you don't really get that come up feeling in your chest. You don't get that like trip anxiety. But and again, I only did it one time, so I don't consider it really a life ruiner. And 2,5-I kind of on the same level. I did it multiple times, and it was the only thing I could find. 2,5-I gives you a massive headache. You know, it feels like you've been smoking meth all night. Your jaw's grinding, your fucking head hurts.
yeah.
Dehydrated as fuck. And people do die from 2,5-I. It can cause seizures.
I'm gonna sail the seven seas!
2,5-I is just, it's bullshit, dude. Don't do it. If you're gonna do acid, do acid. Don't do 2,5-I. So along with that, we'll let's get to LSD. And LSD didn't ruin my life at all, and I had a lot of fun doing LSD. First time I did it, I was about 16, and I did it in this dude's trailer who was definitely like tweaked out or womped out or something. I don't know what the fuck he was on during that time, but I didn't know him. I'm pretty sure this might have been one of the first times I met him. And I fucking dropped acid with my best friends at his trailer in the dark, in the woods. And that's probably the worst fucking environment to do acid with people you don't know in a scary environment. But my homies were there. You know, everything ended up being good. And acid is this high on the list because it has you know, it is one of those drugs where you kind of want to do it all the time. You know, you don't get addicted. And it's not like weed where you want to do it every day. But if you're bored, you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's pop a tab, bro, let's trip. And it's just, You know, I know people who did 10 tabs a day for years, every single fucking day, and they're totally perma-fried now. So acid can fry your brain. You shouldn't fuck with it. You shouldn't do 10 tabs a day. But you know, a little LSD here and there once in a while isn't gonna hurt you. And I did have some of the best times on LSD. You know, it's a good bonding experience still. You know, it's dangerous.
People who use the word mog or tablet.
Especially as a kid. You know, if you're gonna do LSD or shrooms, you should wait till you're at least...
You know what I mean by tablet, right?
21 is a reasonable age to start kind of experimenting with stuff. I did everything way
fucking dumb.
My brain's fucked up and I can't remember anything. So if you're gonna fuck this up, wait till you're a little older. You know, 21 is a good age. Next we have ketamine. Ketamine is, the first time I did it was before school, senior year in the first day of school. And I got to my friend's house at 4 a.m. so we could do ketamine because I read it only lasted 2 hours. So we fucking did a bump of ketamine, and it honestly just feels like another one that's not really fun.
I love
It's
smoking
not really
K.
euphoria. You don't trip out. You know, it's nothing like that.
I love smoking K.
And you take a step, and it's like the ground is closer than you thought it was. That's what ketamine is like. It's not fun. You know, it feels like you're off balance, and other things that it can cause. You know, I had friends that had erectile dysfunction from ketamine. I had friends that had severe bladder issues and couldn't pee. And it's an easy one to do all the time. You know, it's easy to get caught into ketamine. You know, just do a little bump and you're fucked up. Or if you don't want to feel anything. But to me, ketamine was just never fun. It was never worth it. But I could see it being a part of ruining my life if I had done it more. Next, we have Molly. And Molly's pretty bad. You know, it's pretty addictive. There was a long time where I did a lot of fucking Molly every day. And the tolerance builds pretty fast, so you can't really do it every day. But I was doing it maybe 3 times a week there for a while. And the first time you do it, it feels great. It's so fun. You know, you're really in touch with your emotions. You're telling your homies how much you love them. And Molly's just a very, like, socially bonding experience. But it's addictive, you know, and it's an upper. And when I did Molly, I felt great. I felt pumped up. Like, let's fucking run this shit, dude. Let's party. Let's do something. You know, I always need something to do. But it was just, you know, you do too much of it. You feel sick all the time. And I was a little addicted to Molly for like, I don't know, a summer or 2. But it's just not really worth it. And it can ruin your life if you get addicted to it. It's fun at first, but and then it just kind of turns into, you know, just kind of turns to like, oh, this again, fucking Molly again, you know, I don't want to. Eventually, I just stopped doing it, but a lot of people can't quit Molly and get stuck on it. You know, obviously not like coke or crack or anything like that, but, you know, I knew some motherfuckers that really liked their Molly, and I was one of them. Next, we have Whippets. Now, Whippets are so high on this list because they will just straight up kill you. You know, sudden death is a symptom of Whippets. If you don't know what Whippets are, they're nitrous canisters that they use to make cream in restaurants. And
Whippets are hands down the worst one.
Whippets, they only last.
Whippets are bad for you. They will fry your fucking brain. They are by hands down. Whippet is. I'm so much better than you. The explosions prove it. I'm so much better than you. You hear it? I'm better than you. Now we go very slowly north. Very slowly. In 5 hours, I'll reach somewhere.
Just a few seconds. Like, it's not a good high. It's not worth the money. And it literally just feels like you're gonna pass out. All it does is make you dizzy. You know, it feels like, just feels like you're running out of breath. Because you are. You're suffocating yourself. You're inhaling something that's 0% oxygen. And obviously you need oxygen to breathe and to be able-minded and to do fucking anything. So when you cut off your oxygen, it's pretty fucking dumb. And if you do a lot of whipping, that's like the number one.
So much better than you.
That stupid shit. Now this is where it gets a little more serious, you know. These are the drugs that really played a big part in ruining my life. So let's get into Adderall. You know, I first took Adderall.
Oh my god, meth? Are you gonna take this to meth? Come on now. Goodbye. Critics hate the Mario Galaxy movie. I hate it already and I didn't know it existed. Why are you suggesting this channel? I don't want you to recommend that channel anymore. Why the Manosphere loves Pilates girls. $billion AI company was built on lies. Yeah, that sounds right. Late Night Mood, Bush Tiny Desk Concert, Michael Parenti. Rep AOC and Senator Sanders introduced the AI Data Center Moratorium Act.
For being here, the Congresswoman and I are going to be...
What are they propping him up on? Probably steroids.
Chatting about an enormously...
Oh, Bernie, we love you.
Issue.
I love you, Bernie. I like AOC even more. AOC, are you single? Is AOC single? Is AOC single? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she's not single, no. Oh, well.
Let me start off by...
My God, she's beautiful. My little one battle after another. She's so fucking beautiful. I love everything she does. I don't care what anybody says. I love her so much. I want to have 10,000 of her babies.
Saying that in my view, and in the view of people who know a lot
Oh, Yoda. I'm sorry, Bernie.
more about this issue than I do, we are at the beginning of the most profound technological revolution in world history. Period. The most profound technological revolution in world history, a revolution that will bring unimaginable changes to our society in a relatively short period of time. Artificial intelligence and robotics will impact our economy.
I'm so much better than you.
Rights, our emotional well-being, our environment, and even our very survival as human beings on this planet. The scale, scope, and speed of this transformation will be unprecedented. According to Demis Hassabis, who is the head of Google DeepMind, the AI revolution will be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and 10 times faster. In other words, AI and robotics will have 100 times impact in terms of what the Industrial Revolution did. And it's not just what AI companies are saying, it's what they are doing. This year alone, 4 major AI companies are expected to spend roughly $670 billion building data centers and tens of billions more on research and development. Despite the extraordinary importance of this issue and its impact on every man, woman, and child in this country, AI has received far too little serious discussion here in our nation's capital. I fear that Congress is totally unprepared for the magnitude of the changes that are already taking place. While Congress has not paid attention or enough attention to this issue, the American people have. According to a recent poll, 79% of voters are concerned that the government does not have a plan to protect workers from AI job losses. That same poll also found that 56% of voters, majority of voters, are concerned about losing their job or having someone in their family lose their jobs in the next year. Not in the next 10 years, in the next year. Why are the American people so concerned? And the answer is they have a lot of reasons to be concerned. They understand that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, when the billionaire class has never, ever had it so good, some 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck. And the American people understand that the AI revolution, these massive investments, are being driven by some of the wealthiest people in our country and the world, people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Larry Ellison. They understand that these billionaires are investing huge amounts of money into AI and robotics, not to improve life for working families.
God, I love Bernie Sanders. He is so much better than the entire Republican Party combined.
Dramatically increase their own wealth.
It's actual leadership. Something the Republicans, they just pretend. They just pretend to do. You can see it right now. Man, the Republicans, they don't do leadership, do they? They don't do anything.
Health and power. You think
They start wars.
average American is sitting around trusting that the multi-billionaires are going to transform society for the good of ordinary people? I don't think so.
For the good of ordinary
The impact
people!
that AI and robotics will have on working people, let us listen to what the tech oligarchs themselves are saying. Not the Congresswoman, not me. Let's hear what the tech oligarchs are themselves saying. Elon Musk, who has made massive investments in AI and robotics, has stated, and I quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs.
They're gone.
That's about it.
Very good.
Replace all jobs. Bill Gates, another massive, who's also made massive investments, has said humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote. And Mustafa Suleyman of Microsoft AI predicts that most white-collar work could be automated within the next decade. What we are talking about, therefore, is the possibility that AI and automation could displace tens of millions of workers in the United States from their current employment. We are already seeing early signs of this transformation, with declining employment in AI, exposed occupations, and growing difficulty for young people entering the workforce. If machines can perform most economically valuable work better than humans, and that is the goal, that machines will be able to do the job you are doing better than you are doing. If that happens, pretty simple question, what happens to the workers? How do people earn a living? How do they support their families? And how do programs like Social Security and Medicare survive without a stable tax base? People are not working, they're not paying taxes. And let me ask a very simple question that is on the minds of millions of Americans. How will workers who lose their jobs find new employment if there are no jobs available? What happens to the over 6 million truck drivers, cab drivers, rideshare drivers,
Republicans. Republicans, the whole lot of them.
If virtually all transportation is conducted through driverless vehicles, which under present terms seems likely to happen? What happens to the young college graduates who today going out looking for an entry-level job, but that job is not there? And let me say this, maybe from personal experience. I have seen this before, and the American working class has seen this process play out before. In the 1990s, the working class of this country was told by the corporate world, by the elites, by the corporate media, don't worry about unfettered free trade. My God, NAFTA, PNTR with China, it is going to create millions and millions of good-paying jobs. Man, Democrats, Republicans, corporate executives, everybody came together. Free trade, going to be the best thing that ever happened to American workers. Well, not quite. What happened, in fact, is that thousands and thousands of factories in this country were shut down. And what happened is that millions of workers lost their jobs. So we have seen this play out in the past. But when we talk about AI and robotics, we're not just talking about the economy. AI is already reshaping how we as human beings relate to each other. According to a recent poll by Common Sense Media, 72% of American teenagers say they have used AI for companionship, and more than half do so regularly. What does it mean for young people to form friendships with AI and become more and more lonely and isolated from other human beings? Everybody understands we're in a major mental health crisis for our young people right now. I fear that AI could make it even worse. And then when we talk about what's going on, we also have to talk about privacy. Larry Ellison, second richest person on earth who's gobbling up a lot of the media in this country, who is a major investor in AI, predicts an AI-powered surveillance state is coming where, this is Larry Ellison, major investor, this is what he says, where citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that is going on, end quote. That's your phone calls, your texts, your emails, the websites that you visit, it will be recorded if we continue the current trends. Further, AI is undermining American democracy. The rise of deep fakes, where you have very convincing fake images. It happened to me. I don't know if it happened to you. All right. Where they had me selling some rebates or something like that. Looked very good. Almost convinced me, but it wasn't me. We're seeing fake videos, fake audios. What happens when a day before the election, somebody who looks like the candidate gets up and says something outrageous and people believe it? If people cannot trust what they see and hear,
Like Republicans,
decision-making becomes nearly impossible. It will become harder and harder to distinguish between truth and
oh no,
untruth.
I left my thing on the boat.
There's also, in what we're seeing now, a significant environmental cost. AI requires enormous computing power, driving the expansion of energy and water-intensive data centers, increasing electricity demand, and potentially deepening reliance on fossil fuels in the midst of a climate crisis. Finally, and let me say this, and I know some people out there may still think this is science fiction, but it ain't. I have talked to some of the leading scientists and most knowledgeable people in the world about the potential existential threats that AI brings to the human race, including Geoffrey Hinton. Some of you may know that Dr. Hinton, who was a Nobel Prize winner in physics, he's considered to be the godfather of AI. He's worked on this thing for decades. They have cautioned us that AI could soon surpass human intelligence and operate independently beyond our control. And if that happens, what they acknowledge is it poses a profound threat to the very survival of the human race. So, what is happening in Washington right now in response to all of these enormous concerns? Well, we learned just today that Donald Trump has appointed a commission which is made up of the very people who are going to financially benefit from AI and robotics, including some of the wealthiest people in the world, like Mr. Ellison, Mr. Zuckerberg, and the video CEO, Jensen Huang. And needless to say, there is no representation on that commission of workers or environmentalists or consumers. And that is why, in my view, we need a very different approach. Across the country, communities are already pushing back against the unchecked expansion of data centers. More than 100 localities have enacted moratoriums or restrictions, and states are beginning to take action as well. Importantly, and this is a very important point, leaders within the AI industry have called for a pause. The guys who know the most about the threats of the development of AI and robotics, they have called for a pause. In 2023, just about 3 years ago, over 1,000 experts, including Elon Musk, called for AI labs to, quote, immediately pause for at least 6 months, end quote. And if such pause were not enacted, and clearly a pause was not enacted, they called on governments, quote, to step in and institute a moratorium. They understood what is at stake. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and I understand what is at stake. That is why today we are announcing legislation to impose a moratorium on the construction of new AI data centers until strong national safeguards are in place to ensure that AI is safe and effective. That means the government reviews and approves AI products before they are released. Further, that the economic gains of AI and robotics will benefit ordinary Americans and not just the billionaire owners of the industry. Further, that AI data centers do not increase electricity or utility prices, harm communities, or destroy the environment. Importantly, this legislation would also impose a ban on the export of AI chips to any country without such protections, including China. A moratorium will give us time to understand the risks, time to protect working families, time to defend our democracy, and time to ensure that this technology works for all of us, not just the few. So, with that, let me now introduce the Congresswoman from New York, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you, Senator. First and foremost, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to Senator Sanders for bringing us together today to introduce this critical legislation. Within just a matter of short years, AI has become forcibly integrated into many aspects of American existence, into our doctors' offices, our government, and oftentimes to the detriment of working people. Last year alone, AI was responsible for over 54,000 layoffs nationwide. And when we talk about those jobs, it's not just a number. These are industries, these are communities, these are families. You know, just a few short years ago, Sam Altman came before Congress. And in a direct plea, he begged us to regulate this industry. He said that these tools were under no circumstances ready, nor should they be integrated into weapons of war. That we must impose severe regulations immediately to prevent mass layoffs and to ensure that any productivity that comes of this industry can benefit working people. 3 short years later, none of that has happened, and in fact, in many cases, the opposite has happened. I'll start with another quote from Sam Altman, who said 10 years ago, "AI will probably lead to the end of the world. But in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine learning." While I'm happy that Mr. Altman is responsible on his end of the deal, you know, he has his responsibilities on the company side, our responsibility is to take care of people. And that is what we're here to do today. Unfortunately, the leaders of this industry have repeated time and time again that they view working people as an endless, untapped market to be manipulated and exploited. That they would sell our country out if it meant that they could turn a profit. And it is no surprise that in the 4 years since ChatGPT was released, we have seen AI deployed at a massive scale to create Big Brother-like surveillance. Every day, Americans are seeing videos of ICE agents waving phones into crowds, threatening that if they use their First Amendment rights, U.S. citizens using their First Amendment rights, that they will be added to some vague database that the American people have not consented to nor are knowledgeable about. Companies like Palantir are mining endlessly the data and privacy of the American people, keeping track of everything that they say and do, and sending it all to a militarized and centralized government. When you take the subway, when you share a TikTok, when you talk to your Alexa at home, they are collecting your data and figuring out new ways to weaponize it. And now they are using AI tools to automate this so that it is not only pervasive, but that it is effortless. We must sound the alarm now. And because of this surveillance of the American people is not going to stop, we must stop it. All of this harm has occurred not in spite of, but because of the absence of federal legislation to regulate AI. This is not my first bill around AI, and I can tell you that it is extremely discouraging to see how even the most minute efforts to protect people at some of the smallest and most basic level, like trying to prevent AI-generated child pornography, is still combated, oftentimes by many people here on the Hill and throughout industry. In this story, currently, the story of AI is a story of corruption. It is fueled and funded by the same multi-billion-dollar corporations lobbying politicians to sit back and do nothing while they harm our communities. In fact, one of the largest explosions of super PAC and outside funding is by the AI industry. And for years, Congress has enabled this permission structure, a permission structure that allows billionaires like Sam Altman, Elon Musk, and Peter Thiel to be trusted to regulate themselves under the guise of, quote, American innovation. And what are they asking for now? Endless energy. These companies are now so desperate to profit off of the AI boom that they are racing to construct thousands of giant AI data centers and jacking up the utility costs of everyday Americans to pay for it. These data centers power thousands of high-intensity computer chips that are processing at all times and require massive amounts of energy to operate. Just one hyperscale data center consumes the same amount of energy in 1 second as 100,000 households. Because of the massive amounts of energy they use, power and water utility companies must build multi-billion-dollar infrastructure to keep up with the demand. And these companies are not paying for their own energy infrastructure. People's energy bills around the country are skyrocketing in order to pay for these AI data centers for them. In the last 5 years, Americans who live near data centers saw their electric bills increase over 267% each month. We are talking about a monthly increase from $80 a month to $294 a month. Working people are already living paycheck to paycheck, in some states off of wages as low as $7.25 an hour, another federal minimum wage that Congress also refuses to raise. They simply cannot afford another increase to their monthly bills. And this results in people cutting corners whenever they can to keep the lights on, whether it's skipping meals or rationing their insulin. And while the American people are suffering, big tech continues to demand more. More data centers, more energy, more data collection, more American jobs replaced by AI, all on the feet of the American people to pay. And across the country, Democrats, Republicans, and independents are standing up. People are standing up to big tech and saying no to these data centers being built in their own communities. More than 100 local communities across 12 states have already enacted local moratoriums on data centers, and Congress itself has a moral obligation to stand with them and stop big tech from ruining their communities. Our legislation in the House and the Senate would hit the brakes on construction of new data centers until we address several of the key areas of harm AI poses. Our bills learn from our lack of regulation following the similar rise regarding the internet and demands a new approach to AI, one that protects the American people from big tech's egregious overreach, one bound by our shared commitment over those who wish to patent it, one that centers prosperity for the many over exorbitant profits for the very few. Thank you.
Okay, fire away. By the way, we're just going to take questions on AI. Yes, who are you? And
One of the most common critiques that comes up when this idea of moratorium is raised is that we're in an AI race with China, and that slowing down the progress of AI development in any way would give China an advantage, whether that's economic, national security. I'm curious, when that critique is raised to you, what do you say to that? Is that something you're concerned
well,
about?
I think the good news here, and it's not widely known, is there are a number of Chinese scientists who share the same concern that American scientists are worried about. And that is, if we don't get a handle on AI, there are going to be enormous existential consequences. So I think in a sane world, what happens is the leadership of the United States sits down with the leadership in China and leadership around the world to work together so that we don't go over the edge and create a technology which could perhaps destroy humanity. But I would say there are Chinese scientists fairly high up in the government who share those concerns. We've got to immediately, with a sense of urgency, bring those people together. Anything you wanted to add to that?
I mean, I think the concern there is easily remedied by passing protections for people. We need to sort out energy sources. Once these companies can be on the up and up, providing their own energy, building out and investing in the infrastructure, refusing to free ride off of the American people, then we can continue to develop and explore this technology. I don't think that this is about a denialism of science or American competitiveness, but it is about an integration of protection of the American people instead of allowing this to happen at their expense.
And furthermore, this legislation will prohibit the export of chips to China and other countries. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Congresswoman, I think,
You are.
Chase Williams with Fox Business. You mentioned 267% electric bills up each month. The administration has taken some steps to remedy these concerns. I wonder what you make of their actions. My second question for both of you: do either of you guys use artificial intelligence in your everyday lives?
So, in terms of the impact that it's having, I think we just need to ask everyday people on if they're feeling the effects of that. I think as much as as I personally have differences with this administration, I would want them to be successful in reducing the energy bills of American people, but people aren't feeling it. It's not working. In New York City alone, there are some families that are getting electric bills that are $600 a month, as high as some people were paying in rent not too long ago before our housing costs skyrocketed as well. So, I don't think those efforts are working on behalf of the administration. As far as AI, I do not regularly integrate it into my daily life, but I know many people do. I think our job tends to be a little bit more. For me, a lot of my job is quite writing based, and I like to do my own. Thank you. I'm old-fashioned.
To answer the question, we have looked at AI. We did a chat with Claude recently, but I don't use it on a regular basis. Other questions? Anybody else? Yes.
You grew up with nothing but Senator, do you think the Democratic Party is taking the threat of AI seriously enough? And can you talk a little bit about AI's influence in elections? They spend a lot of money in
Thank you. No, I don't think the Democratic Party leadership is taking this issue anywhere near as seriously as it should. We need to develop a sense of urgency here. The economic impacts are going to be enormous. The impacts on our children will be enormous. And again, there is literally an existential threat to the existence of the human race. Now you tell me, do you think that leadership here on either side of the aisle is saying, whoa, we better get moving on this thing? The answer is no. And the second point, the question you're raising that the Congresswoman mentioned, let us be clear. Why is Congress not moving aggressively? Well, maybe it has something to do with 150 million and more that is coming in to Congress in campaign contributions and in super PACs. When you have a class of people who are multi-billionaires spending a few $100 million on elections is chicken feed, okay? And that is what they are doing. So what they're saying to members of Congress and candidates, you're going to stand up to us? Well, guess what? There's going to be a $20 million ad campaign coming tomorrow starting against you. That's the reality. Other questions? Yes, sir.
Populator, yes, Mike Consider. So there's been said that the data centers and the chip makers and the app makers have kind of created this circular, loan and business basically, and that it's created a bubble, and by pulling out of it, we could have serious economic consequences. How do we pull out of that? And another question is, what do you make of Claude?
Your first question, it's an important question. It's a little bit different than what we're talking about today. You're talking about the possibility of a bubble bursting and having enormous economic impact. I think that's true. But above and beyond that, what we're talking about is a technology, bubble or no bubble, that is going to have a real impact on American society. He asked me about my chat with Claude. I'll tell you, it was a little bit mind-blowing. You can very easily, and again, I suppose the young people have more familiarity with it than I do. It is amazingly easy to start seeing this entity, this AI agent, or call it what you might, as a human being. And please remember, importantly, AI is only going to get more and more effective in years to come. It's only a relatively few years old. And you can sit down and you can absolutely, hey, have a nice day. How are you? I'm pretty good. How are you doing? Okay? You can get into that. And I want you to think about what it will mean to a 13-year-old girl who is struggling and having AI as her best friend, or a 15-year-old boy, or whatever it may be. These are real serious dangers. But to answer your question, it is mind-blowing how quickly you can somehow see this as a human agent. Okay, yes. Yeah. Because that's one part of the problem. As the Congresswoman mentioned, you're seeing people now whose electric bills are soaring beyond control. That is an issue that we've got to deal with. But there are other profound issues. So if somehow or another that was put under control and electric bills did not soar, and yet we lost tens of millions of jobs, would we be happy with that? If our kids became addicted to AI agents, would we be happy with that? And I think, once again, I want to get back to the point that some of the founders of this industry, people who know more about it than anybody else in the world, are telling us that within a few years it is likely that AI will be smarter than human beings, that human beings may lose control over AI with possibly catastrophic impacts. How do you ignore those issues? You tell me. And you asked me a question about what are the Democrats doing? Well, we need a sense of urgency right now to address these issues. Clearly, that is not the case. All right, with that, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
All right, with that, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
No, she dropped her phone.
Wait, are you using Questy? Yeah.
Stop it.
Hi, it's Thursday, March 19th, 2026. You're tuned into Why America. I'm your lawyer friend, Legia Miller. As Trump attempts to throw around the power of the U.S. military in the Middle East, and
we were very street smart, being from Chicago. But as time went on, I realized this was getting...
Oh man, that sucks. You guys have kettles?
Yeah, I came in on
Damn.
I came in
Damn.
scab, sorry.
That's all right though. We can do kettles. Oh, that guy's not coming.
getting worse and worse just with the behavior. So they were kind enough to give me an out. So around 6th grade, age 11, my mom sat me down, I remember, with the clipboard and like it was a ruled paper. And it was kind of like the scene from Office Space where the auditors come in. They're like, what exactly do you do all day? And she wanted to know, well, what is it that you actually do on a daily basis? I said, well, you know, we have our Pledge of Allegiance, and then we have, first period, we have recess, and then we have this and that, and we have an hour break, and et cetera, et cetera. And my mom, by the time tabulated, it's about 2.5 hours of instructed learning that took place out of a 6-hour day. So they offered me the chance to be homeschooled from there, and they gave me the out, and I said, God, yes, get me out of here. I'll take it. And that began kind of the unconventional education. Yeah.
You left public school?
Yes, I left public school at 6th grade, so age 11, and I was only homeschooled for about 1.5 years. So it was a different kind of background. My mom got the curriculum ready. Homeschooling was a little bit different back then, but it was just kind of gaining traction with people that were waking up to the fact that there really wasn't a ton of learning happening in the public school system whatsoever. What it was the schools themselves are, I believe, dictated by the lowest common denominator. And I was in 5th grade when they passed No Child Left Behind, which I think was a big mistake, because I remember there were kids that were holding back the entire class, and we kind of had to just go with that kid, the slow kid. And nothing wrong with them, it's just maybe they're a little slower. So my mom put 2 and 2 together, got the curriculum ready, and she got this amount of textbooks and gave it to me and said, okay, this will be your thing every day. I want you to just study these, tell me what you did at the end of the day, check it off, and we'll go from there. And within a very short period of time, I was able to accomplish like the middle school and high school curriculum that was required by the state of Arizona. We realized that it was a very quick pace. I didn't have a summer break. It wasn't like I was one of the more like an Asian kid, like you study and sit in my room for 10 hours a day. It was maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day, just kind of going through these different things, writing reports, and then hand them to my mom, and she'd say, okay, that works.
It was easy for you.
It was easy. I'm kind of a self-starter. I'm a type B personality, but when I'm interested in something or I have a certain challenge in front of me, I'm more motivated. So it was the fact of, can I do this? Can I at least try and keep going? And that's when I got the gumption of, and a lot of people always asked or said later on when they'd meet me, oh, you're so well socialized. You were homeschooled? It's like, yeah, I mean, I interacted with people. I actually had there was a homeschool group at the time that I was part of. Those kids were weird. Those kids, I was fine. But those kids were a little unusual. But you'd go and you meet them and you'd have your social time with them and be out and about. But yeah, it was easier for me. And I remember I did these tests and I realized maybe I should take the SAT. And I approached my parents and said, SAT, can I? Or ACT, whatever it was. And they said, are you ready? I go, yeah, I'll take a quick prep course and see what we can do. So at age 12, I sat for the SATs or ACTs, my state. And I scored okay enough that it was admissible that I could potentially apply for colleges. And
what age?
12. I was 12. So I turned 13, and I was granted admission into Mesa Community College. It was like a local college. And they had the system's not built for this at all. It's not built for people with unconventional backgrounds. It was kind of fascinating when I look back about the random challenges that you wouldn't think would be there for someone of that age.
Contact.
So one of them was the absolute disbelief when I went in for the administration, and they were like, one guy I remember sat dead face across from me and my parents, and he said, to let him in would be an insult to the institution. And I remember I'm on the verge of tears because I'm like, he called me an insult. And my mom just, we're going to talk to it. It was very fun. She's like, we're going to go back and talk to someone else. And so I kind of got in this kind of power struggle between these two administrators because she knew both my parents have a very good people energy sensing skill. They knew that there was a bunch of other administrators who didn't like this one that we were talking to. So we just went to that guy. And that guy was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to help you out, kid. And yeah, they said, as long as you can pass the entrance exams to come here. Because what was throwing them was the fact that they didn't have the signed off diploma from a high school. Arizona State only required you to have your primary educator give you a signature of, hey, this person has finished their education. Thus, they have finished high school and they're ready to move forward. And not too many administrators of colleges, public or private, had the case of homeschooled people approaching them for continued education. So I took the entrance exam, scored pretty high, and was able to get a scholarship to go to the local college for a while. And I started there part-time when I was 13, kept going part-time, and then graduated there when I was 15 years old. Yeah. It was helpful to have a scholarship because I could not work, and the ironic aspect of getting funding is most scholarships that you apply for privately, at least at that time, circa 2004, 2005, required you to be 18 years old to apply. So there was very unique circumstances around that. So I transferred from there. I'm sorry if I'm rambling.
No.
Okay.
Hey, I got a zip line. We could go to the roof. You guys want to do that?
And you're like a straight A student through all
No. So that's the thing.
All right.
That humbles you real quick when you realize there's a social aspect here too. Because dating is very difficult, right? It wouldn't be. I mean, it's like I'm a 13-year-old boy. Then going. Well, it did inform my tastes, and so like I liked the older. You know, it was nice. There's these elegant, mature, well-dressed. Keep in mind, it's a totally different generation. It's a totally different era. I'm going to school with the equivalent of Gen X. A lot of them, like late Gen X or earliest of possible.
So you're like 15, and the girls are.
Oh yes.
Oh, damn, what was that? Holy shit. Oh yeah, it's up here. It's up here.
I hope your firstborn gets lupus.
Yeah, they're coming down. Hey, come down here.
This guy's really good. It's like a movie. It's like watching a movie.
Someone here, someone here.
You don't crouch, or what? Do you want them to know where you are? Oh my god. There he is. Very brave. Why are you fighting a 3v1? What is going on, man? Run.
Hello.
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 Hello, good sir. How are you?
Oh, good.
Are we friendly, or are you guys want to fight?
Oh, I'm friendly now. I mean, I was with 3 people and they both died, so.
Yeah, they were fighting each other, and then we just third partied them.
Yeah. It was fun. I just
GG,
survived, that's
man.
all.
Oh yeah, I saw you run away. You're slipping, motherfucker.
I was like, well, dang it. There's no way I'm winning that fight at all.
I was chasing.
I
you
knew
for a
I was
little
gonna.
bit.
I wasn't gonna win it, so.
I thought you would circle around too. That's why I'm here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We
Like,
took
no
out your buddy's
chance.
Group, though.
Oh, yeah, that's all good.
I have a peace offering to you.
You do?
Yeah, if you
Sure,
want to
what
be
is
friendly,
that?
I'll leave you.
I'll take your word for it.
Where you on the roof? Is that you?
Yeah. I mean, I just have a free kid anyway, so.
Yeah, I came out. I'm no good.
Oh, where you at over there?
He sounds like Hunter S. Thompson.
Ooh. Are you with another team?
Yeah, we have something. We all here. Are you? Okay. Here. You can let you leave.
Behind by the other raiders or not?
You're more than welcome to look for the bodies if you want them. Yeah.
You could try, but
Over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are just 2 other randoms tonight with, so.
There's
Oh, yeah, over there. Oh.
there's like 4. 1 there. 1 right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Oh, I'm gonna escort you, sir. Right there. There's 1 there.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's your
Oh, I
buddy.
need batteries, believe it or not.
The batteries are good for them medium shields. Come on, come on.
For some
Come with the
reason,
torch.
I was low on those, so. Hey, that's not too bad.
Way over here, and then over here. 1 right here. 1 over
Oh,
here.
yeah. I was a part of this.
And 1 over here.
Those guys were pushing pretty hard.
Tell them my dead teammate likes you.
Oh, wait, you're still watching?
Yeah.
What's up?
Damn, son.
Tell him.
Oh, I didn't even notice you're still here.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
We gotta leave though. Let's go.
I tried to get him, but. Hey,
Come on, let's go.
my dead teammate said he licks you guys.
You what?
I didn't really like. Yeah, he said he licks you guys.
Honestly, we
Thank
do
you.
want to show you guys.
I really want friendly lobbies. It's like it's been a minute since
It's fun. Oh yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to do. You know, have some fun and. Oh yeah, I think I got all I.
Okay.
He's kind of just getting the scraps, you know. I'll just run a free loadout, but I'm like a hoarder. If I go back to my inventory in Speranza, it's like, why do I Swanee bobcats just sitting there.
Nice. Yeah, more than I do, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, Jars, good hunting. I believe in you. That was cool. I liked it. No, I want to, Q, leave a party. Yep. Hill Squad. I'm going in on a free one or whatever. Select destination on night raid. That was that was fun as fuck. I'm gonna ready up. I'm gonna go piss while it queues. About to be bad for at least two of us. You guys did not talk. Yeah. Okay. Wow, they changed this game. You didn't used to be able to do that. Oh.
Yo, Mike's.
Yo, what's good, bro? What up, G?
Yo.
I'm
What's
in a
up?
free. I'm in a free kit.
You're running for a kid? Me too, bro. Me too.
Right on, right on.
Yo, are you Mexican, bro?
No, I'm white.
You sound Mexican.
Probably stoned and drunk.
I think you are Mexican.
No.
You sound pretty Hispanic.
What's wrong with
I
Hispanic?
don't like.
I mean,
I don't like
not
it
to-
that much.
Okay, well,
not
that's
to butt
okay.
into the conversation, but Sky, you kind of do sound Mexican.
You can look at my white face on my stream.
Prove it.
Just saying.
Your mic is a little glitchy. I think you gotta fix it. This guy, there's a wasp behind you. Watch out, bro.
You aggroed it.
This guy, your mic is glitchy. Fix it.
Sorry.
Bro, why is there so much?
Sky, why aren't you talking? Sky.
I'm trying to kill that thing. I'm trying to talk. I don't know
Sky.
why. Yeah, what's up?
Sky.
Yeah.
Your mic, bro. Can't
I
hear
don't
you.
know. Okay, I'll try and fix it.
Please. Sounds like a cheap mic. You're Mexican and you can't afford a mic? That's even worse.
Check.
Fix it?
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? The fuck, bro? Yo, what is this shit, man? Why is there so much arc in this map, bro?
Just run.
Yo, Sky, can you shoot that? Are you doing with the Pharaoh? Oh, no, you got a kettle. I'm scared of that shit, bro.
Sky, you're not talking anymore. Can't hear.
Yo,
Sky.
Yo, Sky, what's
Yo,
up,
bro.
Yo, we need the comms, man. Yo, what
got
is
it. I was
that
up in
thing,
there.
bro?
I got it. Sky, run.
The fuck?
Holy
What the fuck, Sky? What you do to it? Oh!
Guys, get out of there. Come on.
Yo, I'm dead, Sky.
It's not that
Sky, help
hard.
me.
It's not that hard.
Sky does
Just run
Minecraft.
out of there.
Sky does Minecraft.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
I will help you, but I need a minute. Crawl to
Sky does
me.
Minecraft.
Crawl. Crawl.
Think I'm
Crawl
seeing
to
God.
us.
I'll go
I
res
can't
him.
crawl. I'm
I'll
stuck.
res him. I got him.
Got him. Okay.
Oh, Oh my god, I almost saw God. Oh my god.
Sky, can you please talk, man? I'm tired of just hearing this OAS guy.
You said my mic was bad.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fixed
Dan.
now. Could you
said
please?
his mic was bad, bro.
So I didn't talk,
A little scared
you
of
know?
talking.
Oh, now it's fixed, so you can talk. You don't need to be embarrassed of your voice.
I'm not embarrassed of my voice. You were the one who said my mic was shot.
You should be embarrassed a little.
Why?
Told you it sounds a little Mexican.
You don't like Mexicans?
Nope.
Okay.
I endorse Trump. I endorse Faithful Sheriff.
Half the country does. Right on.
Have you heard of the Faithful Sheriff?
Yes.
I love that guy.
Yeah. He's funny.
He really is. Probably the best streamer out there.
Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Right on. Me too.
Are you saved?
More of an atheist
Just asking.
almond kind of guy.
Go hate on him. He's an atheist. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious, guy?
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's like
You gotta be fucking kidding me,
think,
Sky. Can you not respect my religion?
I do. Do you know who Christopher Hitchens is?
I do, actually.
What a loser.
There you go. I respect your whatever.
He's an atheist. He's a loser.
He is.
Why is he a loser? Because he's an atheist? What's wrong
No,
with
you.
an atheist?
No, he's somebody who identifies that and gets targeted by the entire world. You jumped this? Did you get hurt?
No.
I've never been here.
What's so funny, Sky? Why'd you laugh at me again?
I didn't laugh.
No, I clearly heard that, man. First you make fun of my religion, now you laugh at me?
No, he laughed at you. I didn't laugh.
That sounded just like you, dog.
No, that was him. He laughed at you. I didn't laugh at you.
And I'm just not realizing, dude, are you doing blackface with your skin?
My what? My skin?
Yes, your arc skin. Why is it black?
My art skin is black?
Yes, your arc raider skin.
Oh, it's the pre-order. This is the only skin I have.
Yo, I'm a beta tester too. Oh, I was talking outside. Oops. What is this thing?
I'm out of ammo.
Yo, you almost died. Oh, you did die.
No. It was good. Thank you. Go Liz. I got you.
Res list. There's people leaving. Let's go. Go. Yo, wait for us.
The game stopped me.
Wait for us. We're friendlies. Oh, I think they left. Let's just leave already. This game kind of sucks.
I haven't played in 5 months.
Oh, there's someone over here.
Oh.
Wait.
Let me shoot him with no ammo.
Yo, you friendly?
Hey.
I think he's friendly. Ow. Ow.
I will res you if you need.
Ow.
Get in.
Ow. Ow.
3,
Ow.
2, 1. Thank you guys. Great match.
Yeah.
I love Mexicans. I love atheists. I love God-fearing individuals. I love everything like John Lennon.
Love you too, man.
Okay, I should have the fleas off my nuts and rust. I'm going back to rust. I said what I meant. BRB. Get targeted by the entire world. Do you know Christopher Hitchens? Yes, I do. No, anybody willing to say that is getting targeted by the entire world. Do you like Christopher Hitchens? You can see my wet face on my fucking stream. Do you not like Mexicans? I love Mexicans. I like God-fearing men. I love everyone like John Lennon. I like God-fearing men. Yeah, me too. Like God? Believe in God? That's what I asked him. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? Yeah, me too. Drunken Stone. No, you said my mic was bad, so I stopped talking. So I went to Rust, but I actually meant to go to Fortnite. And I will tell you why. I went to Rust, but I actually meant to go to Fortnite and win a Fortnite match. Because, and I'll tell you why. When I came back to get my boat kit from my box, which is this box right, yeah, I believe that is the box. Yeah, that is the box. It's that box right there. See, my boat kit is not there, and my faith in the game was shaken, and I'm done with the game. So we pop out, we change the title. Yeah, I'm gonna go out of Rust. I'm gonna go to Fortnite now. Just because I think they're not fucking out on me like Rust is. And I don't think it's that. I don't think it's Brits. I don't think it's Brit. I think it's it's Face Punch. If I had to be God's honest truth, I bet it's Face Punch, honestly. So anyways, I'm going to stop this recording here, guys. As you can see, it has been my standard 14 hours. See it? 14 hours. See it? 13 hours and 47 minutes. This is the 14 hours that I do every single fucking day. And here we go. I love you guys. I'm stopping this.